you know, you got the TV show, you know, game shows, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So the concept of you can make $1 million, that kind of seems you can put your arms around that because you can say, I could buy some stuff. I can get this house and that car and this and that. So we can correlate $1 million to a collection of stuff, and that helps us a little bit. Billion is kind of way out there. And we start talking in terms of sound and the speed of light and how far something is. To say some galaxy is 200 billion light years away. I mean, really, you could. I mean, you know by definition what it means, but we don't really know what that means. You know that you'd have to light and the speed of light here. I have a couple of minutes breaks. I'm going to kind of push along here. The speed of light travels at 670 million miles per hour. How would you even measure that? Hit the light switch, get a stopwatch, and you just go. How do you measure that? But imagine light moving that fast. I mean, it's like if you can turn a big spotlight on from here to LA and be there in like a couple seconds. I mean, LA is only, what, I don't know, 350 miles away. It's not.
Probably not even a couple seconds.
Not even a couple seconds.
Nanoseconds.
Yeah, it will almost be instantaneous. Sound is a little slower. You all probably have experience. Baseball, man, I'm sure you've been watching a baseball game, obviously, and you see the pitch being thrown, and you see the catcher catching the baseball, and then a few seconds later you hear the sound. You know,
I used to love that too.
Yeah,
at night it
pew.
Yeah. Right, you can hear it. You see it hit the mitten, you hear that pew.
A little. If you work pretty much your adult life, and you made $20,000 a year, you'd make $1 million. You got to make $21 million a year. I don't know how you do that. I mean, if I made $21 million in 1 year, I'm done. I want us to figure out. Let's take 5 minutes. I got a handful of calculators. Just paper and pencil out. Partner with somebody. Some of you have phones with calculators. And I want you to figure out. You gotta get over it, okay? Step one. Let me back up here.
She said, let me know how I go.
You can slide it out like that.
Tell me the answer.
And if the power's working, there's an on button to the upper right-hand corner. An ON. And we want to figure out how many years would equal 1 billion seconds. So, and we're going to talk a lot about billions and millions in this class. And I do this because I don't want the numbers just to roll off our tongue. That's a billion years old. I want to slow down just a little bit. Like when I wrote this title, I liked it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was, you just got here.
Just got here.
The Earth was formed almost 4.5 billion years ago. Our time, merely our own arrogance, you could say this is all a buildup for us. So 3.5 billion years ago, algae appears. 2.5 billion years ago. So another 2 billion years go by before anything happens for the most part. Primitive plants. Let me get down to closer time. So 750 million years ago, it was one big continent. Which this big continent created some other problems that we'll look at in a couple of weeks. But there was a big supercontinent. So this whole notion of, I mean, it's staggering. This whole notion of, that's our land. Motherland, Africa. It's just mantle, crust floating on top of the earth, surrounded by some water, and we just, I mean, really, we're connected to it. And it's important, and it's important to be connected to it. Which if we wanted, you know, a few, billion years ago, it was just all one big, plot. Of course, if we lived back then, we did the same thing. Just my side. Yeah. We don't accept the simple answers to things. Because if we did, we could be someplace else. Because we have lots of religions that essentially say every answer is right here. This notion about comfort, that it's comforting to somehow be able to go like, it's all right here, right? And so part of what I'm trying to do for us to go, you know what? And we don't tend to do this as a community, but I'm still saying, let's uncross our arms a little bit. And let's say there's a whole lot of stuff that we don't look at, and we don't think about. And I think that in coming to understand it at a better level, we'll really have a greater appreciation for what our theology is. Because this is not just a class about science, right? There's a reason why the Kemites said that when you die, you'll you'll be transformed into a divine light. There's a reason for that, right? And so it wasn't They said this as well at different levels. There certainly was the, go to heaven and, have beer and wine. Certainly was that. Or we should say barley. So there certainly was that. But say our address is the Milky Way galaxy, solar system, Earth, North America, United States, California, Oakland, 8924, Holly Street. That's our official address, if you will. That'd be a great web address, wouldn't it?
Should.
Yeah. Because our worldview is just so shrunken down. Brother Greg mentioned a lot of times where people East Oakland don't go to West Oakland. That's all go to North Oakland. I don't know brothers over there. I remember I grew up in Oakland. We know how you say something went wrong. Them Richmond brothers, right? I mean, when we understand our complete address. What Richmond, Oakland? Please, it's like just like the two ants going at it. Your mama know your mama. You're like, y'all just ants. So. And I was in elementary school. I don't know how it happened, but they had this Christian born-again group that came to Madison Elementary, and they offered a Bible study in the last hour of class. I don't know how this was legal. I have no idea. And so, as I recall, they had some letter going around. You take it to your parent. If you want to be in a Bible study, they sign something like that. So then around, let's say school is at 3:30. At like 2:30, all the kids who were in the Bible study would leave school, walk down the steps, and walk outside the school because they had a van that they drive up and they park the van on the sidewalk, and you get in the van and sit down and you have school. Right. So, I mean, on the one hand, it's pretty impressive. It's like Carter G. Woodson. You got your whole mobile, education. It's like New Life Seminary on wheels. But, they were doing it. So anyway, so in this class, it would freak me out because they would, Armageddon's going to come and the mark of the beast is 666, and they show these pictures of folks being killed in wars like way far away, and they had shots in the head, and I'm like 9 years old. It's freaking me out. Huh? No, it's like it was just bizarre. They have all this stuff going on, and the little tracks, and they had the little tracks with the white boy and the brother, and it was all yoked up, and they believed in Christ, brothers in Christ, and they go around and saving people. I mean, there was some nice tracks. Now I see the brother, he's all yoked up, like that brother's cool, right? Saving people, but they would never actually fight. They were just really yoked up. It's just the marketing is fantastic. That's another. Sorry. Yeah, anyway,
it's fantastic.
So at one point, they shared this color photo that you could buy, and I bought one. I had that, put it in my room for a while. And this woman was flying in a plane one day, and she had her camera with her, and she looked out the window, and she thought it was just the most beautiful thing, the clouds. Because flying a plane is actually pretty amazing. You get to go up and see the clouds. I mean, by itself, it's tough. So she looks out the plane and she snaps and takes a picture because it's just beautiful to her. And this is before you had the digital camera. So you go back home and you go to the store and you put your film in and you wait. And so the pictures come back and she gets the picture back, and it's these wonderful clouds taken from outside or inside the plane, and above the clouds, floating, is Christ.
Oh yes.
And so these pictures were circulated, and I bought me a picture because you can get a picture of.
Wait a minute. I want to make sure I understand.
Go ahead.
Are you saying there's a picture
yes.
of the Jesus at the Baptist church
yes.
above the
white robe?
She caught this.
White robe. No, but again, when she took the picture, she didn't see Jesus. She just saw beautiful clouds, you understand? She didn't see Jesus. She just saw these beautiful clouds.
I just want to be clear.
And so when she snapped the picture of the beautiful clouds and it was developed, she saw the beautiful clouds, and above the clouds was Jesus.
Watch it over.
Of course, because y'all jaded.
Morning.
Preposterous.
No, I'm still
But I had a real picture, so we got proof. We got proof that Jesus is in the clouds. And if you take it, or at the time, a TWA plane down Southwest, you eat some peanuts to see Jesus, right? So we pose. That's what I'm going to say in our discussion for the next 6 weeks. We're going to keep asking the question. Where is because y'all don't believe Jesus Christ in the cloud.
Because you didn't bring the picture.
Well,
that's where I was
If
going.
you bring the picture,
That's where
we'd be done. It's a wrap.
I got proof for you.
It's a wrap.
Mom, did I have this picture?
That's where I was going.
It's a wrap.
Tell him, Mom.
It depends on which airline.
There you go. Depends on which airline.
Picture that. That's all I'm saying.
What flight?
It was flying.
Man, it could be a wrap, man. We could fold up tent. I mean.
Mama, did I have that picture? Had that picture. Y'all are not believing.
We're on our way. We're on our way.
So anyway, so where is God? Is our big question.